but how easy is it when there's a sense of hopelessness, a sense of despair, to recognize this meaning?
Let me confront you with a somewhat strange definition of despair. As I'm used to proclaiming is that despair can be explained in terms of a mathematical equation. D, capital B, equals S minus M. What does it mean? Despair is suffering without meaning. As long as an individual cannot see any meaning in his or her despair, he or she will certainly be prone to, in its suffering, I wanted to say, no meaning in the suffering. He or she will certainly be prone to despair and, under certain conditions, to suicide. But at the moment they can see a meaning in their suffering, they can mold it into an achievement, they can mold their predicament into an accomplishment on the human level. They can turn their tragedies into a personal triumph. But they must know for what. What should I do with it? But if people, like so many segments of present-day society and population, cannot find any meaning whatsoever in their lives, cannot see anything meaningful, they more often than not have something to live by. I'd say at least enough to live by. They cannot see anything to live for.
What is the answer to?
So you get the. By the way, lots of videos of him. He was in the Holocaust camps, 3 of them, during World War II, but survived them. And he's written books about how he managed to survive that. I mean, an awful lot of it, he says, was luck. Like, the very last thing that happened before he was rescued was the Germans were telling everyone to get out of, he worked in a clinic in one of the camps, and there was everybody in the truck, and he was just so exhausted. That was it. He didn't get in the truck. And the truck drove off, and he thought, well, that's the end of him. It turned out that everybody that had gotten in the truck were killed by the Nazis. But since he stayed there, and then the Americans basically came in, and he was rescued. So it was just a lot of luck, but at the same time, also this stoic approach to not letting what's going on get to your soul. Keep yourself separate from what's happening to you. Some of what he's talking about here, you can imagine the 2 individuals in the foxhole, the one that knows they're fighting for the free world, and that they might be out of ammo and food, and they're freezing, and the Germans are moving forward in their tanks, and you've got nothing but ice cream to throw at them. Sorry, that's a British reference. They're still trying, because the meaningfulness of their suffering is absolutely clear to them. Whereas the same person sitting in, another person sitting in the same foxhole, who has all the same experiences, but absolutely doesn't believe this business of fighting for the freedom of the world, etc., is in an absolute panic, has no heart to keep fighting or anything, wants to flee, etc. Not sure that that's a part of the movie or the book, Schlachthaus 5, right, or Slaughterhouse 5, right? Here's Kurt Vonnegut. But you can see that it's kind of part of that too. So the Stoic, great way of dealing with the stresses in life. I mean, even things like driving down the Glen Highway and someone cuts you off. You might feel, instant like, get even. But actually, that's pretty dangerous. Not good for anyone. So, you know, you can immediately internalize, well, you know, I'm not, you know, concerned, you know, that poor idiot's going to end up in a ditch just 5 miles down the road driving like that. I'm going to get where I'm going safely, right? You know, so you do things intellectualized so that you're not going to react, right? You know, so you don't have to instantly react. Remember how Ulysses might teach us that by not instantly reacting to things, but instead contemplating, well, what I do A, this will happen. If I do right, you know, so that kind of thing. It does have its bad points, actually. So people go to movies, and when you go to a movie, you know, the lights try to make it seem like, you know, the whole world is just this movie, and you could, what's the wonderful phrase that we use, temporarily discontinuance of your willingness to I forget what the expression is. There's a great expression that you know, temporarily willing to suspend your disbelief, right? Temporary suspension of disbelief, right? Because you know magic really doesn't work like that. You can't really go aloha mora and the door unlocks. You can't do all that stuff. But it's fun to just imagine, let it go. Don't get all upset about, hey, you can't. No, dogs can't talk. You know all that stuff. You know, you enjoy the movie, right? You know, but once you get into this stoic kind of mood, you know, you're there and you're wondering, okay, so why is the music telling me that it's okay to punch Malfoy full in the face? The music tells me that that's a good thing. But anytime Malfoy gets ready to do something to someone else, the music tells me that's evil. You know, that's prejudicing me against the Malfoys, right? No wonder I don't like them, because the music has told me so, right? You know, so you begin analyzing what's going on in the movie. Why do certain individuals act this way? What are they trying to do? What's the director's controlling my mind? Who's trying to make me feel this way? You know, or the army advertisement. You know, join the join the army, and the music is telling you, yes, you should get right out down to the recruiter and sign right up right now, right? You know, great music and everything. And you think, you're using mind control. You know, so I'm not going to run right down to the recruit. Actually, they wouldn't take me back now, right? I'm old and retired. But you know, the things that you would normally enjoy, now you're withdrawn from it. So not only do you suffer the way the body would suffer in an environment, but you're also going to prevent yourself from enjoying the happy thing. It's even, you know,